niciun counter. Hey guys,
Hello.
thanks for being here. Nice to see you join us in another backtesting session. This time we will do Euro US dollar again, but I actually will need your help on this live because we're actually thinking about how we can tweak and update and maybe make this strategy even better. And I thought about hedging option that can be used after the first target has been hit for those of you who watched the previous lives. So I will talk about that exact hedging method when the time will come. For now, we will just be using, as you can see, TradingView on the 5-minute time frame. I've already marked the spots for entries, so if it's green, it's buy when the signal is okay on the 5 minutes, and if it's red, it's sell. And we will be using BlueStacks and Trading Rush, as you probably know. So let's go and see if we have some signals, and maybe we will get an instance where we can do the hedging. Okay, so we seem to have a signal right away here. Yeah, so we would have entered this position 3 points above this bar, so it would have been 52, and the stop loss would have been 3 points below the bar that retested the FTMO, so it will be 797 like this. We will again open two positions here, targeting 1-to-1 at first. The first position will be closed at 1-to-1. And the second position we will leave it running up to 2-to-1. We are risking again 1% on the trade, so 0.5 positions for those of you who don't know. Okay, so let's see how this will play out. Hopefully we can get okay, so the 1-to-1 has been hit. Now let's see if the 2-to-1 will be hit, but first of all we will be looking at the 1.5-to-1, which is already here. So we will mark the 2-to-1 level with a line so that I can explain you guys the hedging thing that I am trying out right here. So this will be the 2-to-1. And what I was saying about hedging is that I noticed that a lot of the positions that we marked as break-even in our Excel spreadsheets, meaning that positions that are actually above 1-to-1 with the first position, which is closed, but then they don't go all the way to 2-to-1 and return to break-even. Those are the positions that we intend to target in this backtesting session, because the plan is to open a hedge position when the position is at 1.5-to-1. Yeah, okay. So just to make this clear from the get-go, so we have $250 locked right here, $250 locked, and now we will open a sell position. We will have a sell position triggered at the 1.5-to-1 with the stop loss that is the same with the take profit of this position of 2-to-1. So I will just mark it on the graph so that you guys can understand. So now at this point from 1-to-1, from 1.5-to-1, sorry, we will also have this position open that has the stop loss in the same point as the take profit of the initial position, and the take profit where the position would have been closed actually at 1-to-1. So let's see how this goes. Both positions have been triggered right now, as you can see. Again, we are risking 0.25% on this one. So let's see how this goes. So far it's just ranging. It seems the 2-to-1 will be taken actually. Not yet though. Okay, so the first position, the 2-to-1 was taken. So we will mark the initial position right here. So we have a profit of $250 on the break on the first position that got to 1-to-1. Then we have another profit of $500 because the second position ran all the way to 2-to-1. And we have this 0.25 hedge that we will have to mark as a losing position. So 0.25 is actually $125. We are simulating a 50k FTMO account right here. Sorry.
What about the scaling positions? If you would have their scaling position for this one because it's blocked 1-to-1, would you take also another buy?
No, I don't think so. I think this position kind of rules out the scaling ones because you would risk to have way too many positions open, and that wouldn't be a nice instance to be in. Hello, Mr. Bazooka, nice to see you joining us again. So if you watch from the beginning, we are trying things out. The strategy remains the same, but we are using some sort of a hedging strategy just to take the most out of the positions that would have gone just at 1-to-1. Let's see if we have another entry. Yeah, we have an entry right here. I'm not sure. This didn't test the DMA for sure.
No, it was just triggered after the candles.
Hi, Edmundas. Nice to have you on the stream. Well, it actually kind of varies. So far, UJ has been the most consistent, but US dollar Canadian dollar is the most interesting one because it has months with the overall drawdown. It also has months with the nice maybe 20% gain on account. So we don't have a clear answer to that question. Actually, GBP USD isn't the best. Just wait 1 second. I will just add something here. I will just add the current backtesting results from all the trades that we took. Okay, so as you can see here, these are the pairs that we backtested. We chose to do from September to December previous year. So far these are the pairs that we have the highest sample size on: the US CAD, GBP USD, and US dollar JPY. As you can see, US dollar JPY has been the most consistent because it didn't have any overall drawdown months compared to GBP USD and US CAD, which had some drawdowns right here in October and November. So so far the backtesting is halfway through, as you can tell, but so far UJ has been the best. But again, the backtesting will continue. Okay, so going back to the actual backtesting. Okay, so this position has been triggered. Let's see how we fare with it. And unfortunately, this would have been a full-on loss of 1%. We will mark it in the Trading Rush app. We will mark it as a 1% loss right here. And now we will switch to the 1 hour time frame and look for the next instances for entries. Okay, this place seems fine. Okay. We risk 0.5% per position open, and we open 2 positions on each signal. The first one is targeting 1-to-1, so 0.5 win with an 0.5 risk. And the second one is targeting 2-to-1, so 1% win with 0.5 risk.
Yes, but actually regarding this hedging position, we also open a 0.25%.
Yeah, this is what we are trying out in this live session. Maybe we will have an instance on this trade, so we would have gotten triggered in right here. Let's see, 3 points below this and 3 points above this test, so it will be around 73. And let's see if we can get an instance where we can hedge the position. Okay, so now the first position has been closed at 1-to-1, so we can add $250 profit. And now we will see if it reaches 1.5-to-1. In this case, we will open a hedge. In this case, we will open a buy position right here. But unfortunately, this position was closed at break even as it is, so nothing to add here anymore. We will just move on. Entry. Nah, and the DMAs are not. Well, yeah, actually the 1-to-1 is the first target that will be hit, but the main profits from the strategy will be from the second part of the position, which is 2-to-1. We are just taking the original position. This is too late in the night. We wouldn't have opened this. It's 10 p.m.
But actually the great part regarding this strategy is that after the 1-to-1 target is hit, we are going to move our stop loss to break even, so no more risk on the table for the second position.
Yeah. If you want to see a more detailed version of this strategy, just check the link in this live description and then return to the backtesting, because the guy's explaining it pretty well right there. Okay, so maybe we have an entry here, not yet. I don't think we will ever have an entry here. We should have an entry around this point, but let's see if it gets triggered first. Oh, it gets triggered, okay. So as you can see, the candles are away from the EMAs. The EMAs are nicely fanned out, so we can place a sell order right here, 3 points below this bar, and the stop loss will be 3 points above the first retest. And we are firstly targeting 1-to-1. And we get taken out, unfortunately. So this is a full loss of $500. Moving on. Okay, let's switch to the 1 hour time frame again so that we can see the trade. Okay, now we can go to 5 minutes again and look for the buy signals on the 5 minutes time frame. This is actually quite a steep retest for my taste, but let's see how many points there are here. So 167, and it's way above our limit. As a rule of thumb, we don't take positions with a stop loss greater than 15 pips or 150 points. And we don't get triggered right here. Let's go to the next day. Okay, as you can see, we already have a setup right here forming, because we have these candles that are away from the EMAs. So we can place a sell order right here, and the stop loss will be just above this wick. We will first target 1-to-1, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so the 1-to-1 has been hit. Now let's see if we can get to 1-to-5-to-1 so that we can hedge. Okay, so we get to 1-to-5-to-1, and this is the point where we can do some hedging. So when we get to 1.5-to-1, as I said in the beginning of this video, we will open a hedge position with the take profit that is the same with the break even of the position that we have no risk on the table, and the stop loss will be the same as this position's 2-to-1. I hope you guys can get that. So our positions right now would look like this. So the risk on the table that we are having right now is basically these 0.25%. Again, if this position goes all the way here, we actually took a $255 profit. If this position goes all the way, we will take an additional $500 from the second position. And if in that case, we will be losing the $125 from the hedge. But if the hedge goes all the way to the top, we will actually gain 0.75% from the hedging position, with this position closing to break even. So this is the main theme that we want to be testing in this video. Again, if you guys don't have it clear, just let me know. Okay, so this position would have been taken for a full 2-to-1, so we lost the hedge. So we have a profit of $500, sorry. And we lose the hedge, which is 0.25%, which is $125. Okay, moving on. We may have another entry right here. Let's see if the price goes below this point. And it does, quite abruptly. So this would be the entry 3 points below. And the first backtest would have been this candle. The first retest, sorry, would have been this candle. So it's at 65 points. And we are targeting 1-to-1 initially, which has been taken. So we can mark a profit of 1-to-1 right here. And now let's see if we can get to 1.5 so that we can hedge the position. We actually do, but it actually goes all the way to 2-to-1. So again, a full win. So a $500 profit. And minus a hedge. We will have an entry if the price goes below this level. In real market conditions, I would have set a pending order here, but for the sake of expediting this backtesting session, I will just keep the cursor right here. And if it goes below, like is the case now, I will just place the order right here and place the stop loss on the first retest, 3 points above it actually, so it's right here. And we will be targeting again 1-to-1 first. Not that conclusive. We seem to have a ranging after this descending nature, after this impulse, which kind of leads me to the conclusion that the final result will be a push up. Hopefully we will get our 1-to-1 hit before the push up, but no. So we get a full loss right here, unfortunately, a 1% loss. Moving on, let's see if we have some more signals. Again, we would have a sell order placed right on my cursor position right here if the price goes below that value, which it does. So we will place it around this point. The stop loss will be around this point, and we will be targeting 1-to-1 to begin with. Okay, we get the 1-to-1 covered, so we will add the profit. And now we will be looking for the position to reach at least 1.5-to-1. The position that we have running now has no risk on the table, so the stop loss has been moved to break even. So from this point on, we won't lose anything more if the position reverses on us. And now it goes all the way down to 2-to-1. Again, we would have placed a hedge. We would have a hedge placed at 1.5-to-1 right here, with a stop loss around the 2-to-1 of the first position, which would have been a risk of 0.25%. So let's add these two positions. First, we have a $500 profit, and then we will add the $125 loss for the hedging. And let's move on. Nothing really happening right now. Let's switch to the 1 hour time frame yet again. And now going back to the 5 minutes to see if we have any sell signals. None so far. Just let me make this a full screen. I think it's way better this way for you guys. Okay, so right now we get triggered in a position. As you can see, the EMAs are nicely fanned out. No candles are touching the EMAs. We have this retest here, and our entry would have been somewhere around this level, 3 points below the lowest bar, which is this one. And the stop loss is just above this point, targeting 1-to-1 again. Okay, we get to 1-to-1, and at this point we want to see if we get to 1.5-to-1, we will add the 1-to-1 profit right here. Okay, so now we reach the 1.5-to-1. Let's see where the position would have been at 2-to-1. We will just drag a bar right here, just to have this as a landmark. So the first position is still running, and now we have a hedge buy right here in case the position doesn't hit our 2-to-1 target and it wants to revert. We will be taking some profits. So these are the positions that we have open right now. This is the position that we have 0.25% risk on, and this position has no risk on the table because the stop loss has been moved to break even once the position passed 1-to-1. And let's see what the price wants to do. Again, this hedging is quite new. I'm not sure how it works or if it works at all, but I noticed we had a lot of positions going at break even. This was close. This was actually close to being break even, but we take the 2-to-1 right here, so we will add a $500 profit, and we have to subtract the hedge, the 0.25 risk that we had here. But as you can see, the position was close to returning to break even, so we would have profited from that hedge. Again, that hedge is risking, actually the risk is 0.25%, and if we win it, it's a 3-to-1 trade. So it has to work in 1 in 6 times just to cover the overall costs of the hedging costs. So I think that's a nice improvement to bring to the strategy. Sorry. Okay, moving on. Let's see if we have any additional entries right here. We would have an entry on this level if on the level where my cursor is right now, if the price goes to that point, but now the entry is invalidated because this candle closed above the 21 candle. And we will go back to the 1 hour time frame and look for further signals. I will just play 1 bar back, I think. Yeah, this should be just fine. Just play 1 bar, and now we will switch to the 5-minute time frame because the uptrend seems to be forming. So we will be looking for long signals. If the price comes around this area right here, we will be placing a buy. We would have had a buy order placed in real market conditions. But now the position has been invalidated because this candle closed below the 21 EMA. So no trigger right there. Let's move on. Okay, so it seems that we have no trades in this buy area. Let's move to the next one, which will also be a small buy area. Again, I'm marking this buy areas as areas where the candles are not touching any of the EMAs, and the 8 and 21 EMA on the 1 hour time frame are nicely fanned out. If you want more details, you can find the strategy in the description. That's the strategy that I am backtesting today. Let's see if we have a trigger here. So if the price goes above this level, we will be triggered in a buy trade. Not anymore because this candle closed below the 21 EMA, so the position has been invalidated. So let's move on. So far we are up close to 4%, which is a nice month for a Euro US dollar on this strategy. Again, as you can see on the hourly time frame, the 8 and 21 EMA, which is the light blue and the purple ones, are fanned out and the candles are way below them. So these are the conditions that we have to meet in order to look for a short signal. And now that this candle pierced the EMAs, we will be placing a sell order right around my cursor position right here. Let's see if we get triggered. And the position has been invalidated because these two candles closed above the purple EMA. The price will have gone to the downside quite abruptly. But now we have another sell pending order right here. Let's see if it gets triggered. This one gets invalidated as well. So moving on. This candle touches this EMA, so we will have a pending position around this place with the stop loss around this level, targeting 1-to-1 at first, and then we'll see how it goes. We are triggered in the position and get stopped out right away, unfortunately, so we will add this as a loss, a full 1% loss. And we will just move on. Okay, now we have this pending position. If it gets triggered, it's actually the stop loss is way too big. As I said in the previous minutes, as a rule of thumb, we just use this we just use a maximum stop loss of 150 points, so that's not the case. Guten Abend, Stefan. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we will have another sell order placed around my cursor position right here if the price goes to that place, and it goes. So the sell would have started here, the stop loss would have been a bit above this candle. It's at 13 pips, so it fits our profile, our rules, and we already take the 1-to-1, and now we will have a hedge on this position. Sorry, let's see where the 2-to-1 is for this position. Sorry, so it's around this level right here. The hedge would have been placed at 1.5-to-1 right here, and in case of a sell, it would have been a long position with the stop loss at the same level as the take profit of the position that we have opened. The hedge will have an overall risk of 0.25%, and it will target the break even of the trade, so that if the trend goes against us after reaching 2-to-1, we will take some value from the remainder of the trade. Again, on the first trade, just let me split them up a bit. So this is a hedge that was open on after passing 1.5 reward risk to reward on the second trade. We closed the first one at $250, and in case the position goes back to break even, it closes as break even, but from the hedge we will take an additional 0.75, close to 0.75. Let's see how it goes. So far nothing happens. We still have both positions, and now we get a full 2-to-1 win, which is nice. We got protected by the hedge. So we added the 2-to-1 win, and now we will add the loss from the hedge, which is 0.25%, and we will again switch to the hourly time frame so that we can look for further signals. And we have this sell area right here. With a pending position already placed. Actually, no, we wouldn't have it because these candles closed above the EMAs. So we have to have some candles, at least one candle that isn't touching any of the EMAs. Now we would have a pending position 3 points below this, and the stop loss will be 3 points above. We will target 1-to-1 at first, and we'll see how it goes from there. The 1-to-1 has been hit, and now at 1.5-to-1 again we will do the hedging, which has already been triggered. So we will be in a buy position on this level as well, with a risk of 0.25%, again targeting 2.75%. We will take this win as a profit, and yeah, it's quite nice. So now we have two positions running, a sell and a buy. The sell has no risk on the table, and the buy only has 0.25 risk on the table. But remember, we have 0.5% in the account with no additional risk, and the position closes at 2-to-1. So we will add the hedge as a loss, and we will add the 2-to-1 as a win, and this brings us up 5% for the month of November on Euro US dollar, which isn't bad at all compared to the previous backtesting sessions from this currency pair. Okay, we have another pending position right here. Let's see if it gets triggered. And it gets triggered, and unfortunately it gets stopped out right away. We have a full-on loss of 1%, which is bad, but still in profit. Okay, so this is actually too late to enter another position. Let's switch to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so we are closing into the middle of November, sorry. And so far it's been a pretty nice session. Hi Tom. Thanks for watching. This is quite debatable right here. As you can see, this candle actually pierces the FTMO, and then it closes just above this candle. So we can actually take an entry right here again as a pending order if our execution is fast enough. This is a legit trade to enter, and we get triggered, and the 1-to-1 has been hit. So let's add the 1-to-1 first. Okay, nice. We did some backtesting as well, but we actually wanted to ask you guys, I'm not sure how many are viewing this, but we had an idea regarding the hedging of the position. So if you can look at this instance right here, we booked the first profit, which is 0.5%. And now if the position reaches 1.5%, we will open a hedge buy that will cover the case of this position going all the way back to break even. The risk on the hedge buy will be 0.25%, and the return will be somewhere around 0.75% in case the hedge doesn't work. But in this case, as you can see, the 2-to-1 was pretty clear. So we have a nice profit of $500, and we will subtract the hedge that we would have had placed around this level. So how were your results, Tom? What pair did you do backtesting on using this strategy? Meanwhile, we have another entry right around this level. The stop loss is around this point, and the take profit is at first at 1-to-1. We get triggered close to being stopped out, and then we get outright stopped out. So we will add a 1% loss. Moving on. Okay, let's see the next instance. We had some nice results on the US dollar, Japanese dollar. Actually, just wait a second so that I can show you our results. I would use a break. I was talking for some time. These are our results in backtesting so far, Tom. Well, yes, but the hedging strategy just has to work 1 in 6 times for it to be in break even. And maybe it doesn't work on Euro US dollar, but we had some instances in our FTMO verification where the hedging would have been quite profitable because you are only risking 0.25%, you have no risk on the table, and if the position just goes in the other direction, you will get a bonus 0.75%, which I think is quite nice. So yeah, these are the results, Tom, if you can see them. We did backtesting on September, October, November, and December on these three pairs. UJ has been by far the most consistent. US CAD has been a nice candidate, but it has this drawdown month that we didn't like, and we still have to do backtesting on these three guys and the full backtesting session on GJ and the New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. Going back to the 5 minutes time frame. You're welcome. This is a position that we probably wouldn't enter because of the market execution. We wouldn't have enough time just to place all the orders. What? Just 1 second. So Ukash is nice to see you, man. And he is asking how can we manage the trade since we have take profit 1. No, Ukash, I hope I said that well. We open 2 positions. Each one has an 0.5% risk on the same level. The first one is targeting 1-to-1 and is closed at 1-to-1, and the second one is targeting 2-to-1, and that's the position that we are looking to hedge after reaching 1.5-to-1. Yeah, nice, Tom. Nice, good luck to you. I hope the market will be nice. What pairs will you be trading? UJ and something else? We are in the verification now. We had some slow days. We are break even, or I think minus commissions and spreads in the verification account. Friday was a slow day. We started out with some heavy losers. I think we are minus 3% for Friday, and then we managed to get it back during the US session. But it would be interesting to hear what pairs will you be using for the strategy in your FTMO challenge. Again, if you are new to FTMO and want to sign out to a challenge, it would mean a lot to us if you would use the link in this description, just to help the channel out. Okay, so now we would have been triggered in this position. It's 3 points below. It's close to being triggered. Now we are triggered for real, so the position would have been opened here. Stop loss right here, and the take profit for the first position will be at 1-to-1, and we get stopped out right away. Yeah, sounds nice. Those are some solid pairs that you can trade, but beware of the fact that they are both depending on the US dollar mostly. So you will have mirror trades and the mirror entries, which can amplify both your wins but also your losses. So take that into consideration as well. Let's see if this order will be, I think this one would be too big of an order. Yeah, it exceeds 15 pips. So we will just disregard it and look for another signal. Which we actually have if the price goes below the cursor position, and it does. So this would have been the trigger, stop loss around this level, and we will be targeting 1-to-1 at first, which is complete. So 1-to-1 complete. Now let's see if we get to 1.5-to-1. This will be actually a very interesting hedge. Given this rejection right here, we may have a double top double bottom, sorry, and shoot to the upside. But first of all, let's mark the first position as a winner. So we have a profit of 0.5%. And let's see if we get to it. Yes, so we get to the position. The hedge is now active. So now our buy has been triggered, targeting this initial position's break even. And given the fact that we only have 0.25% here, this should be the level. So now we have only 0.25 risk on the table. And let's see which way the price decides to go. It actually goes to the downside. So far the hedging hasn't been going our way. We have a full win right here. And we will subtract the hedge. This is another entry that I actually wouldn't take, mostly because of the fact that it's close to nighttime right here. And another rule of thumb, at least for us, is not to take any trades that exceed 9 p.m. local time, mostly because of the inability to check the markets on a constant basis, to update the positions. If the position would have gone in our way, but there's no way you can control that. Let's move on to the next square. And after this square, guys, I think I will take a break, and I will be shortly back. If you guys enjoyed it, please just subscribe and just join again in a few minutes, because we will be doing the whole month of November of backtesting. So nothing in this square. I will just leave it as it is, and I will be back in maximum 5 minutes time. So don't go anywhere, guys. Stay around. niciun counter. so back on. So far we are close to, we actually passed middle of November and we are up, let's see how much, almost 5% on the account, 4.75% to be exact. Let's go and see the next entry. Which will be on the 18th of November, as it turns out. Around this bar. As you can see, the bar is still touching, so starting from this point, the bar is still touching the CMA, so starting from this point, we will be looking for entries. Something happened, just 1 second. Okay. And now switching back to the 5 minutes time frame, EMAs should look like this. Okay, that's good. So we have a pending entry, which is above this box. Let's see if the price decides to go there, I will mark it. If not, for the point of expediting this video, I will not mark it. And it does. So we have this entry right here, 3 points above it. Stop loss just below this retest, which is a bit high, but still in our rules. We are in this position, risking 1%. We have the 1-to-1 locked in, which is nice. We don't have any risk on the table for the moment. Let's add this profit right here. And now let's see if we can get to 1.5 to 1, sorry, so that we can do some hedging. The liquidity seems to be down, so small candles, this position will be a long one. And for the backtesting to be as realistic as possible, at this point we won't have any hedging in place. And actually we will have hedging in place, sorry, because that would be a pending order. So the hedge will be placed as a pending order right here at 1.5 to 1. If this position reaches that level, the take profit will be the same as the initial position's break even, and we will be targeting 2.75, which is the stop loss, in which case the initial position will be a winner. So now we are covered both ways. Let's see what happens. So far nothing much. Oh, this is ugly. Small candles, so we have quite low liquidity right here. I can't really access the hedge position, but hopefully something will happen soon. The position seems to be going against us. The hedge hasn't been yet triggered. And we have a full break even right here, so nothing to add. In Trading Rush, let's go to the 1 hour time frame again and see if we can find another signal. This is the candle after which we will be looking for signals. Actually, from the beginning of this candle, we can start looking for signals, because this candle started... Sorry, 1 second. This candle would have started right on this level, just below the EMAs. I'm not sure if the EMAs are crossed. I think not. Nope, the EMAs are not yet crossed. So after this candle, now the EMAs are crossed. Now we can look for sell entries. Up to now, unfortunately, we couldn't. Let's see if we can get a retest at the EMA. And that wasn't a retest, as you could see on the videos. So moving on, no legit entry. Now we have an entry if the price goes below this level, but I think the stop loss will be a bit bigger. And yeah, the stop loss will be 25 pips, so we will disregard that position from the start. But now after this candle crossing here and this retest, we would have had a smaller entry that we would have taken, which is above this point. It's borderline, but it's still an entry. Let's see how this plays out. So far, nothing important. Good. We get the 1-to-1 taken, so we will add a 250 profit. And I think we have the full 2-to-1, so we will add another $500 profit, and we will add the loss from the hedge. I will just look at the hedging positions and see how many were actually there, and draw a conclusion afterwards. So far on the euro US dollar, mostly because we had quite a few break-even positions, the hedge was a losing choice as per the trades that we took so far. But again, it's something that it's worth backtesting. Maybe it works on other pairs. Okay, so we have an entry, a pending entry right on this level. The stop loss will be 3 pips above this candle, and the initial take profit will be again at 1-to-1. We get triggered into the position, and as we are going past 2200 p.m. local time, as you can see, the liquidity drops, and there's nothing much we can do for this position. I'm not sure how we would have managed this position in real market conditions, because we would have had to move the stop loss at break even after this candle. So we will, for the sake of the backtesting, I will just do it as we were in front of the laptop. So we will be first looking for the position to reach 1.5-to-1. We will add the first profit from the initial position in Trading Rush. Hi, I'm not sure how to read your name, but okay, so when you backtest, you hit a psychological roadblock, and after taking a few losses, you can't continue because you get scared. Well, there's no point of getting scared, because as you can see, backtesting is actually a place where you can try out things. I'm trying out the hedging thing right now, and if you watch from the beginning, you could see that I had some severe drawdown from this hedging option that I took. But this is what backtesting is for. You actually have to have no emotions right here. Just try out strategies, see how it goes by. And then once you feel you're confident with the strategy, as I am with this one, actually just take it into real market conditions. If you, for the moment, as a recommendation, if you hit psychological roadblocks during backtesting, I think you should stick to backtesting for a while and not go into the real markets, because the psychological hit of a real market is way greater than taking losses in backtesting. But this goes by after time, and in time you will be okay. So keep on going, and thanks for watching. This is the place where we will place. This is the place where you'll place the hedge at 1.275 risk, and these are our two positions right here. I marked it. I marked the first one on Trading Rush, and let's see how this goes. And it goes for a full win. the hedging loses again, so we have a $500 profit, and I added the loss from the hedge. And so far we are actually up close to 8%. We are up 7.75% if I'm not mistaken. Let's go to the next area, which is this one. As you can see now, the EMAs are crossed in the right way, so after this candle closes we can look for entries on the 5 minutes time frame. Let's see if we get any entries right here. Okay, so this candle retests. If the price goes below this level where I'm holding the cursor, we will be in a sell position. But this position is invalidated because this candle closed above the 21 EMA. Moving on and looking for another signal. We have a signal right here. So if the price goes below this area, we will sell, and we are now in a sell position around this point. We will target 1-to-1 at first, which got hit. And once we reach 1.5-to-1, again, we will do the hedging. I will continue doing the hedging. So far it's crystal clear that at least on this pair, this isn't a valid option. But for the sake of this backtesting, I will continue this way. So at 1.5-to-1, we will open a hedge buy, risking 0.25%. With a stop loss of 2.75, 275, sorry. So around, let's say this level, we will place the stop loss as well. And let's see the next candle. And the position is a winner. We will subtract the hedge and we will add the profit from the position. I think I forgot to add. So just let me check for a bit. Yeah, it's okay. So I added this one, this one, this one. No, I didn't add anything right here. So I will add the first profit right here. I will add the 2-to-1 win, and I will subtract the hedge. This is okay, I hope. And now we have another entry. I'm not sure. I think it's past 9:30 p.m. Not sure if we would take this position right here. For the sake of backtesting, let's do it. This will be the stop loss, targeting 1-to-1 at first. The 1-to-1 has been hit, so we have no risk on the table right now. Let's see if we can get to 1.5-to-1. Unfortunately, the position gets closed at break even, so that's it for that. And let's move to another signal. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them here. Thanks you all for watching. It really means a lot for a channel like ours that you guys just take your time to watch our live sessions. We will be looking for sell positions right here. And if there's a candle closing below this level, we will be in a sell, and we are in a sell position right now. Stop loss just above this candle, and the take profit will be at 1-to-1 first. Let's see if it gets hit. Yeah, it gets hit, so the 1-to-1 is hit, and I marked that in Trading Rush as well. And let's see if we can get all the way down to 1.5 to 1 in order to trigger the hedge, but unfortunately we don't. So this is a break even. Okay, so we have another trigger right here. If the price goes to this level, we will be in a sell order. Not anymore. The position gets invalidated, so moving on. Again, if the price goes below this wick, we will be in a sell position, and it does. So we get triggered right here. The stop loss above this candle, which is at 11 pips, more or less. Let's see if we can get to 1 to 1. We get to 1 to 1 and right away we get stopped out at break even. So we will add this break even right here. Quite a nice streak going on the Euro US dollar. On the month of November, we exceeded 10% so far, and we are close to the end of the month. But having 10% from a pair in a month is something nice. Okay, now we will place another. We have a order placed right on my cursor position right here. If the price goes below here, I will just place it on the screen as well, but not anymore because this candle closes above the 21 EMA. Our position gets invalidated, and I don't think we will have any additional entries because the EMAs seem to be just stacked like this. Not a valid entry here, and we will move to the next area that I marked, which will be this nice buy area on the 26th of November. Okay, this is quite debatable. Nah, this is way too early. We wouldn't have been awake at that time. Actually, sorry, I'm on the hourly time frame. This is why I was wondering why the price just moves so rapidly. Sorry about that, guys. So back here, this is where we will be checking the 5-minute time frame. Okay, so Tom, you say that you are using buy and sell zones on the 1 hour in backtesting, as we do. Okay. Not that different. We just to give you an example, this is a thing that it's quite different from backtesting. As you can see, this EMA is touching. This candle is touching the EMA, but for the sake of for live markets, actually I will just do it right now. When the candle opens above the EMAs and the EMAs are stacked like this, we can start looking for buys. So starting after this candle on the 1 hour time frame, after this candle closes and the next one starts, you can just jump into the 5 minutes, as I will be doing right now, and start looking for buys. That's basically the only thing that you have to change, because if that candle that shows up above the EMAs goes down and doesn't go past the high of the previous candle, in which case the EMAs would already be stacked up, then you won't be triggered in the position, so no worries about that. If a candle opens above or below the EMAs and they are crossed in the right way, feel free to look for positions and set pending orders, because if the price goes in the other way, you won't get triggered, and that's all. In this case, I will set a pending order above this wick, stop loss right here, and the take profit initially will be at 1 to 1. So far, Euro US dollar surprised me because we had bad results with this pair. I jinxed it, full loss, but this has been by far the best month in the Euro US dollar. and added the fact that I did my hedging thing, and that's at least 2% from this amount, so the profit would have been higher. Let's see if we can get an entry right here. The initial take profit will be at 121. We get triggered, and right away let's see if we hit 221. We don't hit 221. So at 1.521, we would have had another position, a hedge position, which in this case would have been a sell with the take profit at the break even of the first position, risk to reward ratio of 2.75 to 1. This should be just right, and let's see what happens. And as you can see, we get triggered out, so we will add, let's see if I added this. Not sure if I added this one. No, I didn't add this 1-to-1. So I will add this profit right here, and I will also add 2.75 times 25. It's actually 0.70, close to 0.70%, which is close to a 360 win from the hedge. So this is kind of the first hedge that worked, and I'm glad there's one that worked. Hello, Jan. It depends. If the EMAs are crossed in the right way, we just set alerts on the smaller EMA in TradingView on the ATMA. So if you are looking for buys or sells, we are looking for retests of the smaller EMA first, and we leave those alerts running. And if the EMAs aren't crossed at all, or if the price is just messy or ranging, we just check it on an hourly basis, let's say. We have another entry above this wick right here, which gets invalidated by this candle closing just below the 21 EMA. And we have another entry going. Again, if this high breaks, we will be in a buy position. And right now we are in a buy position. The stop loss, let's hope it's not too big. No, it's okay, it's manageable. It's close to 12 pips. And I think we get all the way to 2-to-1 only by this nice shoot up. Yep, we get to 2-to-1. So we have to add 250 profit, another 500 profit, and subtract the hedge, which will be 0.25%. Yeah, thanks. We actually took it down because the cat really messed it up, and I felt bad for the tree itself. Thanks for the congrats. We hope we will actually, following the strategy, we should pass the verification, and after that we will see how to maintain the funded account. I actually read about some my Forex funds, statistics regarding the percentage of people that actually pass the challenge and pass the verification and manage to get the first profit split, and it's quite daunting. I know what that can do to your head, because I was funded 3 times, and I managed to blow it 3 times, but I didn't have a fixed strategy. I was just freestyling it. But having a funded account does things to your mind that you won't encounter in the challenge or the verification. So for those of you who want to take prop firm challenges, keep that in mind. So the buy position will be right here if we get triggered, and we do get triggered right away in this position. The stop loss will be around this level. Yes, but as I was saying, I don't think their strategy stopped working. I think it's just the fact that you're not trading percentages, as you do in challenge and verification, because that's just paper money. You're just aiming for 10%, 8%, 5%, whatever prop firm you're choosing. But when you're funded, you instantly convert all that profit. You find out how much 80% means, and you already see yourself spending that money, and maybe that causes something. It hurt my mindset for sure, and that's a thing that I am prepared right now to go into, because it takes a total different mindset for you to trade a funded account as compared to trading a challenge or verification. We took a loss here. I will just mark it. And we have another pending order if the price goes above this point. And it does. And it's quite tragic, to be honest, because the stop loss is right here. Sorry, I added a sell. This is a buy. The stop loss goes all the way here. And we are targeting 1-1, but we get stopped out. So two in a row. I think it's the first 2 in a row. The month has been excellent in terms of the average Euro US dollar performance. By using this strategy, we are in another buy position right here. As you can see, quite some signals in this area. Stop loss right here. You're welcome, Tom. And again, best of luck with your challenge, and hopefully you'll leave us a comment that you are funded. We would be very, very glad. Oh, hi Simon, thanks for joining. We actually added some tweaks to the strategy that are not yet working as they were supposed to. So now we will take this profit right here and add the hedge position at 1.521, targeting this position's break even. So right now we have 2.5%, 0.25% risk on the table, and we have these two positions running. So after the second position passed 1.521, we added a hedge in the opposite direction, just in case it doesn't hit the top, so that we can take this fall. And we are risking 0.25% on this one. And it seems to have worked here. I added this. Okay, and we will also add around $350, let's say, from the hedge. So 2 hedges in a row right now. Okay, so this candle is touching the MA, so we have an entry right on top of this. And we will target 1-1. The stop loss is quite small. This is a nice short position that should unveil quickly. As I said, we have 1-1 right away. I will mark it right here as a profit. And now we will see if it goes all the way to 1.521 so that we can maybe hedge it. But unfortunately, it goes all the way down to break even, so nothing more to be added there. And now we have yet another entry right here. This is quite a busy period for the Euro US dollar, with a target at 1-1. Let's see if we get the position. Yes, we do. We actually do take this position, and we are inches close to being 2-1. So let's set the hedge right here at 1.521. We will set a sell position right here, which will be a pending position. that was set prior to starting the positions actually. And this is how our positions look right now. Again, we are risking 0.25 on this one, and this one has no risk on the table. As you can see, we take a full win, so that's not bad. I added the 250, and I will also add the $500 profit. And I will subtract the hedging, which is 0.5%. And let's switch to the 1 hour time frame and see if we get any entries. I think this is the last. We are closing to the end of the month. An excellent month so far. I will just go through Trading Rush in order to see how much the hedging cost me during this video. We can start looking for buy positions right now. This candle touches DMA but also goes above it, so no valid position yet. Now we will have valid position if the candle doesn't close below the purple EMA and if the price goes above the point where I have my cursor, which it does. So this is a valid position. Stop loss right here, targeting 1-to-1 to begin with, which is reached now. 1.521. So we will add this profit here at 1.521 first of all, at 1-to-1, sorry, and let's see if we can get to hedging this position. Yeah, we get close to it. Yeah, so at 1.521 again, we will set a hedge position which will go in the opposite way, just in case the trade goes against us. After we have some profit locked, we are risking 0.25 on this position. The only risk that we have on the table, we already have 0.5% locked. So let's see how this goes. And this actually worked because the position didn't go all the way to 2-to-1, but the hedging position, as you can see, got triggered right here and got filled. So we have another $350 from, sorry, we have another $350 from the hedging, which is nice to see for a position actually going against you. And now we will be looking for additional trades. Not anymore. This candle closed below the EMA. Moving on. We are just closing into the end of the month. We have another entry right at my cursor position if the price decides to go there, which does. Let's mark this one as well right here. The stop loss is down here. It's a bit big, but it's as borderline as we can go in terms of stop losses. So a bit south of 15 pips. And the 1-to-1 hasn't been hit yet. Now it does. And let's see if we can get any hedging opportunity. Now we will have a sell position pending at when this position goes at 1-to-1. At 1.5-to-1, which is the case right here. So we have a hedge right here. The take profit is the same as the initial positions break even, and we will be targeting 2.75-to-1 with this 0.25 position. And now our positions will be looking like this. We have 0.25 risk on the table, but 0.5% locked. So let's see what the market has in store for us. As you can see, we actually win this position. So we will add the first 250 from the initial position, the second 500, the 2-to-1, and we will add the hedging as a loss. You're welcome, Tom. And if the price goes above this level, we will have another entry. Not anymore. The position has been invalidated and the trend shifted drastically. Let's see if we can get any entries. Yeah, some potential entries still here. If the price goes above this area where I hold my mouse, we will mark a buy. Again, in real market conditions, we would already have a pending order set on that level, which got triggered right now. And the stop loss is just below this level. It's this candle that we are looking at, and we are targeting 1-to-1. We get the 1-to-1. Let's mark it here. So this is a win, and now we have an additional position running, targeting 2-to-1. Let's see if we can reach 1.5-to-1, but not yet. So this is as far as this position went. And I'm not sure if we have any additional zones. Nope, this is actually December. So that was the month of November for you guys. I'm not sure how long this took. So 1.5 hours of me rambling. My throat hurts a bit. So it's been an excellent month in terms of the euro US dollar, based on based on the results of the backtesting. The results are quite astounding. So $7,500 profit, which actually amounts to 15%, if I'm not mistaken, which is awesome for a month, again, for a pair. For the guys who are still watching, we did some additional backtesting. Again, I will just show you this image if you stand by for a moment. This is how our backtesting went so far on the majors using this strategy. So these are the results so far. We did September, October, November, and December on the US CAD, GBP USD, and the UJ. So far, the most reliable is the UJ. US CAD close second, but I don't really like this month of drawdown. The same on GU. We will add the November month as a good one for the euro US dollar. So far, as far as the hedging strategy goes, I don't think it's suitable for the euro US dollar, or maybe just backtest it a bit more. But from the hedging, I'm not sure if I can. Just filter them. But all these 125 losses were from hedging. We won, I think, 3 hedges, but we took at least 7 or 8 positions, which is a bit in a drawdown. Not that much, but a bit, 0.5%, let's say, or 0.75% in drawdown. Not that bad, not that much actually, but still a strategy that you should keep in mind if you don't want your positions to run away from you, and just lock some profit when the trend reverses. Again, make sure that you see some levels there. If you see it's reaching a level and it seems to be having some resistance from that resistance level, make sure you place, you can use this hedge strategy, backtest it, but it's a nice one, and it will surely help you maintain your account in a constant uptrend. So if you guys don't have any further questions regarding the backtesting or the strategy, I will call it a night. And see you maybe tomorrow when we will do we will do December for euro US dollar, because we have to finish this as well, and then we will have to backtest Aussie dollar, Japanese yen, and British pound, Japanese yen for ourselves, and maybe we'll let you know on the results in our next video. Okay, so that would be for the night. Thanks for watching, thanks for joining, and be sure to see you in our next videos. Bye bye.